Seventh graders, today we're going to talk about the percent of change. And our essential question is, can you find a percent of increase or can you find a percent of decrease? So first, what is a percent of change? And a percent of change is the percent that a quantity changes from its original amount. And so it's the amount of change divided by the original. And that's all we have to do. It's just a division problem. So we have to figure out how much the price or whatever changes and then divide by the original amount. The percent of increase is when the original amount increases and the percent of decrease is when the original amount decreases. So every time we have a percent of change problem, we'll have to figure out how much it changed and then divide by the original amount, and that'll give us the percent in decimal form. So let's take a look at an example. On Saturday you spent 2 hours online, and on Sunday you spent 4.5 hours online. What is the percent of change in your online time from Saturday to Sunday? Well, we went from 2 hours to 4.5 hours. So this is going to be an increase, which is important to write down. And the change between 2 and 4.5, how much of a difference is that? We can figure that out by subtracting. And I get 2.5. So the amount of change was 2.5, and the original amount was 2 hours. So when I divide that out, 2.5 divided by 2 gives me 1.25. Now this is my percent in decimal form, so I move 2 places and I get 125% increase for my final answer. Let's try another one. We went from 10 inches to 25 inches, so we increased. And the change to get from 10 to 25 was 15, and the original amount is 10. So if I do 15 divided by 10, I get 1.5, and I know that I have to move 2 places, so I get a 150% increase. And the last one, 57 people to 65 people. Well, I got more people, so this was an increase. And how many more people is it? Well, 65 minus 57 gives me 8. So it's 8 more people, and my original amount was 57. So I do 8 divided by 57 and I get 0.140350877. And if I'm talking percent, I moved 2 places, so it's about a 14% increase. Take a look at the back. In 2007, you scored 28 home runs, and in 2008, you scored 20 home runs. What is your percent of change from 2007 to 2008? Okay, so I went from 28 down to 20. So this is going to be a decrease. And it was a decrease of 8. And I always divide by my original amount, which is 28. So 8 divided by 28 gives me 0.2857. So I moved 2 places. And if I round to the nearest percent, I look at my 8. I look next door at my 5. That tells me to round up. So this is a 29% decrease. You have 250 songs on your iPod Touch. You delete 20% of the songs. How many songs are left? So this time, we're kind of working backwards. If we have 250 songs and we delete 20%, here we can use the percent equation and we can say, okay, my percent goes over 100. The total songs that I have is 250, so that's my whole. So 20 times 250 divided by 100 gives me 50 songs. Now, is that how many that I have now? Which is what the question says, or is that how many I deleted? It's how many I deleted because these are together. So I deleted 50 songs, so how many songs do I have left? If I started with 250 and take away 50, I have 200 songs left. Okay, I have some problems for you to try. Here, we're going to use the percent of change. So we're going from 25 to 50, which makes this an increase. 25 to 50 is a change of 25 divided by the original amount, which is 25. And that's going to give me the whole number 1, which means it's a 100% increase. And you can do the other 3. On number 5, we have 120 books increased this time by 55%. So I would set up the percent equation, put my 55 over my 100 because it's percent. 120 books is my total. Now if I do 120 times 55 divided by 100, I get 66. So I started with 120 books and I increased by 66 books, which gives me 186 books now. Had to add it because it was an increase. On this one, you'll subtract because it's a decrease. So go ahead and try 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. Have a great night.